Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy. Former President Jacob Zuma paints Ximba, a stronghold of the ANC, green with the Umkhonto weSizwe political party. Let's analyze this whole event and dive deeper in the speech that Jacob Zuma gave to the people.
It's the message that the MK is trying to send by doing this rally.
Thanks very much, Mr. Makani. The capacity of this tent is 10,000. As you can see around, it's already in full capacity already, and people are still coming. There are buses coming down there to be with us here, because everybody is here to listen to the former President Jacob Zuma. As you can see, we've always been telling people that Ximba is the hurricane. Is indeed the hurricane, and you can see everybody believes that if Ximba is there, and Ximba told us that he believes that MK can come with a lot of change, and part of the changes that we're expecting from the MK is actually the thing that people have been talking. Even in 1955, comrades gathered, they spoke highly of Israel. We want our land back, and we are not negotiable. We want the healthcare facility that is conducive for everybody, and we want free education. We know that President Zuma announced free education in 2017, but they reversed it. We want all that, and we want equal share in our economy, because as you remember, Simbiwa, there is no white man who came to Africa carrying a piece of land. We want our land back. The states have shown us that they have got capacity like law enforcement. You remember that during the unrest in 2021, they were able to go back and confiscate foods and certain things, but they are unable even today to confiscate, because they know that the land was stolen from the majority of the people.
Mr. Kamete, a lot has been said about this new kid in the block, so to speak, the MK party. What really does this party stand for? You mean the former president was in charge of the state as the president of the country and also the president of the ANC for about 9 years. What is it that former President Jacob Zuma can still do that he was not able to do when he was the president of the country?
The first one is the land. The land is the first one. The free education, you remember that, like I've already explained, Jacob Zuma announced free education, but the ANC reversed, because it is the ANC that is in government. But I'm not here to talk about the ANC. I'm here to talk about the MK. It is within the constitution of the MK that we want everything to, in fact, everybody to benefit, especially the people. The majority of the people in the country are blacks, and you can see that the economy is not still with us. It's within the majority, the minority.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I am host King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Eneng, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around we go to Ximba, where former President Jacob Zuma's MK political party had a gathering where he was speaking to his people, asking them to vote for Umkhonto weSizwe, asking them to register. But the question is, why Ximba? Why is it that he chose this place? Well, this place is a stronghold of the ANC. Former president knows this very well. He knows KwaZulu-Natal like the back of his hand. Nobody can tell Jacob Zuma anything about any stronghold of the ANC that he doesn't know about. In fact, you can even argue that he built the strongholds of KwaZulu-Natal single-handedly, and it's showing with the turnouts that are coming from Umkhonto weSizwe. The people of Umkhonto weSizwe have shown crazy support to this man. Crazy support. Ximba stadium, well, they put a tent there, and that tent had a capacity of 10,000 people, and you saw the tent overflowing. So we can estimate that about 15,000 people plus minus were gathered here to show their support to Umkhonto weSizwe. Now, the strategist, being Jacob Zuma, attacked this particular district because he knew very well that the ANC is not going to like it. Well, the NEC of the ANC was busy sitting discussing the future of the former president, whether they should expel him or charge him or what steps they're going to take. He was at their stronghold. This man is a strategist. You can see that this man is a chess player because he's surprising us with the moves every week. To a naked eye, it's just another gathering. But to us who analyze things, we see that it's intentional what he's doing, and it's intentional where he is doing it. Excuse me, Umkhonto we is seriously becoming a problem. And most of you went on my comment section and said, listen, King, you know nothing. Umkhonto we will win KwaZulu Natal. I'm starting to believe it now. I'm starting to believe it now. Remember, the only reason the DA has got relevance is because they have won the Western Cape out of the hands of the ANC. That's the only reason they've got relevance. And now, if Umkhonto we can do the same with KwaZulu Natal, the biggest province in terms of South Africans' population, voters' population, is KwaZulu Natal. I did make a mistake comparing it to Gauteng, but Gauteng, when it comes to registered voters, South African voters, KwaZulu Natal is the bigger province in terms of that number. That is why you see the EFF doing their manifesto on the 10th of February in KwaZulu Natal, Moses Mabhida, and you see the ANC returning the favor on the 24th of February, Moses Mabhida, and my prediction is that in March we are then going to see Umkhonto we in the same stadium, delivering their manifesto for 2024 elections. Now, there is, with the speech that Jacob Zuma delivered, it's quite long, it's about 40 something minutes. For your pleasure, I will upload the speech alone without me talking in between, so that you can hear for yourself what Jacob Zuma said. In this particular video, I want to highlight one thing that I've been telling you about. But before I do that, let me say this. Umkhonto we, it looks like their attacking point or the card that they play to the people of South Africa is that they're going to give the land back. With that, they speak about the two-third majority. What is the two-third majority? Two-third majority is one political party obtaining 66% of the population's vote. The percentage, the percentage is about 66%. Okay, that is who? Thabo Mbeki and Nelson Mandela. I don't think Jacob Zuma got any 66%. Okay. They are speaking about giving the land. Jacob Zuma is speaking a lot about, listen, the country has been stolen from us. The people who stole the country from us, who, by the way, did not come with land here. When they came here, they did not have any land. They own about 70 to 80% of the land is still in the minority. That is what the Umkhonto we is speaking about. Is either they're speaking about land or they are speaking about South Africans are still struggling as if we are under apartheid, or they are speaking about building factory. Those are the only three things I've heard Umkhonto we speak. Of course, they'll speak about crime. Of course, they'll speak about ESCOM. Every political party will touch on those ones. It's a given that every political party will speak on that. But here's the point I wanted to make that is so important to me, and the reason why Jacob Zuma has got so much energy fighting the ANC, and it is because they arrested him. He says it in the speech, of which I'm going to play now, that when I was arrested by the colonizers, the apartheid regime, I did not mind because I knew these are not my people. But when I was arrested by my own people, it hurt me. And I kept on telling you guys that the main motivation factor is not all those other things I named. It's because you, as my brothers, I'm a former president. I am a former freedom fighter. I am the former Umkhonto weSizwe general. I am a former president of the ANC. And you guys allow me to be arrested without trial because I missed or refused to go to a court date. You could not find another way. You remember after the ANC made that mess and there was a July unrest and everything, they had to fix it by releasing many prisoners and end up releasing wrong prisoners in order to release Jacob Zuma also, so that it does not look like it's a special case. You guys remember that? Listen to what Jacob Zuma said here. Just listen carefully to what Jacob Zuma said here, and I'll come back with my final conclusion.
Amajaji kulelizwe aphethe umthetho sisekelo ayethatha amalungelo ami okuyiwona ashicilelwe umthetho sisekelo bethi angize enkantolo ngoba bezwana nabaphethizwe bethunywa yibo. Judging, look abakwenzayo akulona iqiniso. Ngaleso sizathu ke ngeke ngize enkantolo. Bangaza bakuthandayo. Ngoba ngayibela mina lemkhuleko. Amajaji esikhundleni sokuba alungise abonileyo. Ubuye ngisho utshani. Asho kuzwa wonke umuntu ukuthi uZuma siyomphuca leli lungelo lakhe simfake ejele ngokukhulume ngolaka emajajini bazinika umthetho ongekho kuwona beyamajaji hayi nje asenkantolo ephakeme kodwa engamajaji omthetho sisekelo wathula kwathi du bangaba bikho umuntu othi majaji msana ukwenza okubi. Uhulumeni wethu wajabula ikakhulukazi lo ohulumeni. Inkululeko ke leyo okuthiwa inkululeko yethu kahamba uvikela abantu ukuthi bangabulawa amaphoyisa kahulumeni. Ngahamba ngenkantolo ngadonsa ishumi ley'nsuku ley'nyanga not insuku inyanga nenyanga ey'nhlanu ngingenze lutho ngingazange ngivele ngisho phambi kwemantshi lokho kwabonisa ukuthi akuselona lelo sasilwele kusho ukuthi ngoba ngimnyama kufanele ukuthi ngiye enkantolo ngiyejele noma ngingenzanga lutho ngaze ngathi ngaboshwa kabuhlungu ngiboshwa ucindezelo lwe-apartheid kodwa ngangazi ukuthi ngiboshwe izitha la futhi noma zingibophela nginandaba kodwa kwaba okunye sengiboshwa abakithi inkinga esinayo mhlawumbe abanye abantu bacabanga ukuthi uma senza lokho esikwenzayo senziwa ngoba mhlawumbe sibazonda zonde umuntu asikaze zonde umuntu bayehluleka ukuphatha izwe.
So this is why Jacob Zuma will not stop until he dies. Because the ANC made the mistake. And people say, no, King, it's not the ANC. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know politics. You don't understand politics. Come, Duze, we will teach you politics on this channel. The ANC controls the courts system. You saw with the case of the public protector, the voice notes that were played, and the Utina said the courts are on Cyril's side. The courts are on, the court system is captured. So that is why we say the ANC arrested Jacob Zuma. They arrested him. The ANC, not the police, not anyone, not the courts, not the ANC. And because of that, they've unleashed, a second. We call it in running and boxing and whatever. We call it a second breath, where you are tired, but because of additional motivation, you get energized to fight on. And that's what the ANC gave to Jacob Zuma. They gave him a reason to fight on, and he's fighting on. And I can't wait to see what they're gonna say after the elections. I cannot wait to hear what Sister Mbalula is going to say. I can't wait to hear what Ugwede Mantashe is going to say. I can't wait to hear what Ubheki Cele is going to say. When they lose KwaZulu Natal, I can't wait to hear what they're gonna say. I can't wait. The EFF and the Mkhonto Wesizwe are the reason why ANC can't get 51% in KwaZulu Natal. It is next to impossible. Just close next to impossible. It's still possible, but it's next to impossible for them to get those things. What Ximba people turned out like nobody's business. I told you, Umkhonto Wesizwe political parties gatherings are scaring me in a good way. Because every time I'm asking myself, what is it that I'm missing? Could it be that these people are only following Umkhonto Wesizwe for the sake of Jacob Zuma and that's it? Because everyone is going to speak about land. Everyone is going to speak about job creation. Everyone is going to speak about ESCOM, fixing ESCOM and all of that. Everyone is going to speak about crime. Unfortunately, the ANC will also be speaking about these things as if they are not the ruling party. So what is it that the people see in Jacob Zuma? We get to that case of the difference between the called and the appointed. Those who are called have got an anointing on them. And those who are appointed, they are chosen by the people. But it is not necessarily their destiny what they are doing. But if you are called to be a musician, no matter what people do, say, or whatever, they will know that this one is a musician. And it looks like, I might be wrong, it looks like that Jacob Zuma is called for Isizwe less. Is he going to make the changes? I believe he can. I believe he can. I honestly believe he can. If he will, it's another story. But can he? I believe he can. So he's disturbing the whole system. We were deep in the EFF's pockets. We are now siyahlola manje sithi ngathi zabuya lapha eMkhonto Wesizwe. The music is too loud. The people are screaming. The hunger of the people for change in the Mkhonto Wesizwe camp is too much. The EFF needs to do something. The ANC need to do something. They need to do something. Otherwise, once Mkhonto Wesizwe starts going to, because they've been, I think, to all provinces, the only province they haven't been to is the Western Cape. The Western Cape, they're gonna start painting the Western Cape green now. It's gonna get serious. It's gonna get serious. So, I don't know. Let's play out with a sponsorship, guys. Sponsorship. Keep the channels going.
Black Heart, the hustle continua. 100% good quality t-shirts, made to inspire your goals and dreams. T-shirts are now available at an affordable price. Place your order now. 068-473-6908. Instagram at Black7576. Facebook page Black Heart.